Okay, yay. We don't know what happened. We were live, you guys, or we thought we were. We were up and running and talking on Instagram and Facebook, and there was no one there. Here, babe, here's your phone. We weren't live, and we don't know why. So we're here. We got people feeding on. Yay.
Yes, we are good to go.
Awesome, we're good to go.
Cynthia
Welcome,
Baxley's on and says hello.
Welcome, everyone. Hi, Cynthia. I'm glad you're here. I am Tracey. You know that. I am Tracey of Tracy's Fancy. I'm a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint, and we are here tonight to do something a little bit unusual, something that you guys y'all been wanting me to paint on a chair, which we did last week. We painted on fabric. We're going to do something a little bit different tonight. We are going to add transfer to an upholstered chair. So now I've used transfers before on fabric projects, but I have not done them on an actual chair before. So I did do this without you guys present. The hardest one, which is the big one right there behind me of the Alice transfer, I did put that on fabric and I tested it out. I have scratched it, sanded it, burnished it, done all the things. It works actually really, really well. But I want to talk to you about what you can use transfers on and what you cannot use transfers on as far as upholstery goes. So I would never, ever, ever try to use a transfer on a velvet fabric because it's just not going to happen. I would not try to use a transfer on any type of fabric that has any type of pile to it. It needs to be like a duck cloth or a canvas or a cotton, and it really needs to have chalk paint on it first. I found on several samples that I did that it doesn't want to adhere to just straight up fabric. It wants to have a Dixie Belle paint, chalk mineral paint, a layer of that down, and that makes it work a whole lot better. I did do some straight on a denim apron, and it did stick, and I can actually show that to you here in a little bit, but it just works a lot better when your fabric is actually painted. Now, would I put a transfer on the seat? No, I would not put a transfer on the seat. Why? Because this has a lot of give, and although our transfers are amazing as far as their bendability, they bend, they stretch. I call them, what's the stretch thing? The guy, Stretch Armstrong?
Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah, I call him Stretch Armstrong, which a lot of the younger crowd doesn't even know who Stretch Armstrong is. Does anybody know who Stretch Armstrong is?
I still have one.
What? You don't have one.
No, but I have one in my inbox on Amazon.
Yeah, you do not.
Saved for later.
You do not.
I do.
You have saved a Stretch Armstrong in your Amazon inbox? Your Amazon order wish list?
During Christmas, yes.
You are hilarious. That is so funny.
It wasn't going to be for me.
That is really funny. Okay, well, I'm not going to ask who that's going to be for, but these are great because they do have a lot of stretchability. But I would not put them to the test by putting them on something that's going to be set on, that has a lot of squish, anything that's going to bend, like, that's going to be crumpled up. I just wouldn't do that. I mean, let's just use them where they're going to hold up and you're going to have success with your project. Yes?
Nothing.
What are you pointing at?
Facebook.
Why? You're cracking me up. Okay, so the transfers we use mostly on, you'll see them on furniture. You'll see them. I know that people have used them on leather handbags already. I would for sure, without a doubt, use any of the transfers on, let's say, like the pleather headboards or the leather headboards that you see that people are actually painting. I've done a lot of the painted leather chairs. Matt's sitting on one right now, a painted leather chair that's held up beautifully now for a year, and we sit on it every day. That would accept a transfer really, really easily and really well. But as far as fabric goes, you just need to be really picky. So I'm starting this project out by telling you that first, that you need to be sure that you are choosing. Don't expect this to work if you have. Who's she talking to?
She's on the phone.
That you haven't done your due diligence and made sure that it's something that's going to be accepting of the transfer. Okay, so this is my chair that I've done so far. I did kind of half of it, and the other half is undone. And we are going to go straight into the transfers. I'm going to turn this chair around and lay it down and let you guys look up close, get up close and personal with me on this transfer on the back of this chair. And then we're going to start applying some more. We're going to do that together. And I'll show you exactly how I do it and why I'm fairly certain that this will hold up over a long period of time. Forever, hopefully, because I can't even scratch it off now. I'm I'm distracted by her. Can you tell her I'm distracted by her? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around and tell you a few things that are super important. By the way, this chair is a hot mess, you guys, so far. Hey, you like what I did? Do y'all like what I did? This is Harlequin. This is the Harlequin Stencil. This is, we are using Fluff and Soft Pink. And this up here so far, one coat, is Plum Crazy. Plum Crazy. So let's go down. Now, why do I think that this is going to work on the back of this chair and not on the seat? Because you don't really have, this doesn't have a lot of give to it. And this surface is not pushed, set on. I mean, people, this is like a dining room chair. People don't even really lean back on them, but you can on this. Like, it doesn't have much give, but the little bit of the give that it does have, the transfer is completely moving with it without any problem at all. I've already done all the tests. There are no cracks at all on this. So I would say that on upholstered furniture, on chairs, you could very much get away with doing transfers on the back side and then also on the back of the chair. Now, why I think this is super cool is because I could paint this. Like, personally, I could draw this and paint this myself, this image. But a lot of people don't have that artistic ability, and they want to do, you know, really creative things, but they don't have the ability to draw it and paint it. So the transfers give you the ability to do that, like our magnolia flowers, our tropical botanical transfer, our hot air balloons, the steampunk ones. How cool would a steampunk chair be with all of the steampunk options? So let me show you here, if Matt can get up close on this. I want to show you how this transfer is not just stuck on here like a sticker. I have made it become a part of the fabric. And if he can get up close, you can see that this fabric has these lines that run through it. You see these lines? You can see those lines running right through the transfer. Do you see how the lines, they move on? When I first put the transfer on, it did not want to it wanted to lay right over the top of those lines, and it left air up underneath there. So you have to make sure that every bit of the transfer adheres to the fabric itself. So it's got to go over the stitch and then down in the deep valley, and over the next stitch and down in the deep valley. So let me show you what I used to do that. I applied the transfer with the stick that comes in the, sorry, hold on. I applied it with the stick, and we're gonna do that together here in just a second. But after I got it all on, I used this, our sanding pads. This is what I used right here. And I used the sanding side. And there were a couple of lines that went horizontally across it, and they were lifted just a little bit. So I just took the sanding pad and I just sanded it. This thing's been sanded over and over and over, okay? Now, if that makes you nervous, if the sanding pad makes you nervous, there's the rad pads. This one is the super fine. This one is even more fine. But you can also use our finishing pads. So it says dog hair on it. These are our finishing pads by Dixie Belle. They come in a much larger, let me show you what they look like in case you don't know.
Paul Lynn's done a few of these transfers on chairs and loves it.
Oh, that's Lynn. So you've done the transfers on, what'd she say, on chairs and leather?
She just said on chairs.
On chairs. That's awesome, Lynn. I hadn't done them on chairs before. So this is what the finishing pad looks like, okay? Then I cut them like this. So this is just a small piece of it. And this is a little less scary. It's not as scratchy for those of you that are a little more apprehensive about it. And it also is a little more spongy. So it kind of gets down in the cracks. So this actually allowed it to get down and adhere all the way to that fabric, just like that. And anything that was standing up, I just took that sanding pad and I just sanded right over it. And it just sort of flaked off any extra edges that didn't want to adhere. But I mean, it's on there. It's totally on there. This came off my sanding pad. What is that? Go away. So there we go. So anyway, it's on there good, but you just need to make sure that you don't have any lift at all, any lift. Okay, so let's do a few together. Matt, if you will just kind of read me some comments, let me know who's on. And I'm gonna do some cutting.
Well, we've got 156 people on
Awesome.
Facebook, and we've got people from all over. We got Rhonda Bellamy, Lisa Smith, Robin Thornburg, Betty Dobson James, Lori Owens. We got the old band back together. Joyce Shoon, Cynthia Baxley's on. She says so pretty.
I think she was the first one on. Okay, this, guys,
Leslie says that's very cool. So cool.
this is what the transfer looks like. When you pull it out of the tube, this is what it actually looks like right here. And so it's got 4 smaller pieces around it, like a crown and a bouquet. This is the Cheshire Cat and the key. I just cut all of that off. You'll use these in other places, and I just used the chair. Now what I want is the clocks. So on each page there, I think there's 2, maybe 3 clocks in this set. I think there's 3. So I cut this one out. Now I'm gonna go over here under Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm gonna cut this big guy out because I am gonna make like a swag across the top of Alice's chair with these clocks.
Lynn says she just did her first Harlequin on a leather chair too. She said you were on her mind the whole time.
Oh, I bet, Lynn. I love that. I loved doing the Harlequin as the background. You know what I really like, guys?
Sorry, Five and Dime wants to know where they can see the previous paintwork.
The previous paintwork.
You know, when you were painting that on, does Dixie Belle have them on their site? Or
Oh,
site?
yes. Actually, they're on my page as well. We share them to my page as well. It's last week. It was exactly a week ago. So if you go to Dixie Belle's page, or we're on Dixie Belle's page, if you look under videos and just look back, you know, to like last week, you'll find it there. And then you can also find it on Tracy's Fancy as well. And it'll show me painting the fabric. And then when the project is totally complete,
Hi, Debbie.
I post the finished project on Tracy's Fancy, my page. I also do a full blog on it, and I also do a YouTube playlist. So all of the videos that have anything to do with this chair will all be put in order 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can watch the whole building of the chair over on YouTube. And I actually put my YouTube link. If you guys want to, Facebook, you've got the link there to YouTube. If you guys want to subscribe and follow me over there as well, you can always catch my YouTube videos once my projects are complete. Okay, so in the transfer tube,
Queenie's Painting Nook is on.
Queenie's Painting Nook. We only have 2 clocks. Well, that's not enough because I need to make a swag. So guess what? Guess what? Guess where else we have some clocks? The hot air balloon. The hot air balloon transfer has a ton of really cool.
Hi, Kelly.
Individual. I love hot air balloons for one thing. And they also have balloons that look like this, which I love the whole carnival vibe. But they have lots of clocks. Like this one page right here has 3 clocks on one page. So I'm going to cut these out. I'm going to use these as well.
Leslie was asking Lynn, what was easier, the leather or the fabric? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know what Lynn thinks, but I know for sure for me it's the leather. Leather's much easier. Leather, pleather is a lot easier to paint and a lot easier to use transfers and stencils on.
Debbie said she did a transfer on some silverware plate, and in some places it didn't stick.
On a silverware plate or a silver plate?
It says silverware, but it's probably an auto type.
Debbie, will you let us know who is that? Debbie Kirkwood Thompson?
Yes.
It is?
No. It's Debbie Torres.
Debbie Torres. So, Debbie, will you clarify and let us know, do you mean a silverware plate, a silverware something, or a silver plate? And you did it on the plate.
Hi, Sue.
Whatever it was. Hi, Sue. But did you have paint on it as well, or were you trying to do it right on the was the substrate natural, or did you have paint on it first?
Lynn says she likes the fabric.
Really?
As you said, it becomes part of the fabric.
Well,
hi, Kendra.
That is true. That's true. I guess it depends on what kind of finish you're going for. I just think it's easier for a beginner to do it on leather. I do. I think that there's too many variables in fabrics. I think there's too many types of fabric.
Kendra did a Caribbean pattern silkscreen stencil on metal trays. Slick Stick is her new bestie for $1 at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yes. Slick Stick is, I'm going to have to fight you for that bestie because that's my new bestie. Okay, so we got 3 off of the first page on hot air balloons. We got 2 off of this page on hot air balloons. Guess I might as well let you guys look at it, right?
Queenie's Painting Nook wants to know if you're doing a set of these chairs. You're just doing one, right?
And there are 3 clocks on this page. That's a total of 6, 7, 8 clocks out of the hot air balloon package. Just one.
Silver
just
plate.
one. Huh?
Debbie says a silver plate.
A silver plate. So did she say if she painted it, or did she just put it straight on the silver?
Didn't say, but I'm sure she'll mention it.
She'll let us know.
Oh, she said painted the plate first, then added the transfer.
Oh, well, I don't know why. The only thing that I can imagine that the reason the transfer didn't stick is if your paint wasn't fully dry. That's the only thing I can imagine. I've never had a transfer not stick to the paint.
So, Lavender Family wants to know what brand are the transfers, and Deca La Fe, she says, I'm just wondering where to get various transfers. Looked everywhere and I'm not finding much.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so these are by Dixie Belle, and Dixie Belle has a whole relatively new set of transfers, lots of variety, and you can go to the Dixie Belle website and order them there. You can go, if you will follow me on Tracy's Fancy, you can also go to my Instagram page and look in my smart bio, which is, you know, where it describes about me and about my page. You can look up there, and there is a link that says Dixie Belle, Shop Dixie Belle Paints, and I think there's one that says Shop Dixie Belle Transfers. I think you can just click that and it'll take you right there, and you could get transfers.
So, Shirley Norris says she's painted 5 upholstered chairs and a sofa and carpet.
Carpet?
Painted carpet.
Whoa. Wow. Was it a flat, like an indoor-outdoor type carpet? Oh my gosh. I can't imagine painting carpet.
Sherry says, hey, absolutely love the stripes and transfers. What do you seal it with and how, please? Happy
Good,
Wednesday.
good question that we actually are going to talk about. The transfer itself will be sealed with Dixie Belle's spray wax. Let me get it. I did not actually have that product out, but let me grab it. Here we go.
Lynn says those gorgeous chairs are hard to come by over here, sadly.
Oh, yeah, I bet they are.
And ship them home.
I bet they are. This is the Easy Peasy wax. It's the clear matte spray wax. And this is what I will seal over the transfer with. This right here. This is what we use. I don't spray it on. It comes in a spray bottle, but I don't spray it. I pour it into a bowl and I apply it with a brush. So that's how I do it.
Nicole says, good Thursday morning from Queensland, Australia.
Oh, Thursday morning. It's only, what is it here? Wednesday night. My daughter-in-law, who actually works with me and does a lot of my social media, Tiffany is her name. They are in Okinawa, Japan, and it's Thursday morning there for them as well. Okay, so now you guys, I'm cutting out, this is one of the sheets of the Alice transfer, and you see these, I don't know what you call these things, what would you call those, flourishes, a flourish, I'm going to call it a flourish. I love these, I love these, I use them on my teapots and on my trays, so I am going to cut these out.
Instagram, I'm going to lower the camera so that it's going to shake for a second. Give me just a minute.
So whoever, I didn't mean to just drop whoever it was that said that their transfer didn't stick to their tray. That really sucks. I feel terrible. I've honestly not had that happen. And I can just imagine, the only thing I can really think is that your paint wasn't dry. Was it salvageable or not? I'm assuming you probably had to sand it off and start over. Okay, so I'm gonna do clocks first. These are probably going to be in here somehow, but I'm not sure. Maybe up here, maybe, I'm not sure. But we're gonna just start laying these out. Thought I'd kind of just cluster them around the top of her chair. I hadn't played with this yet. Kind of get an idea. I'm not real sure how I want to do it.
Debbie's husband, Debbie Thompson's husband gave her old computer chair, so she's going to be doing this to it.
Oh, awesome.
And dress it up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Deborah Leto, if I'm doing NPGs, can I use B.O.S. on top first? NPGs?
Oh, no paint gel stain.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to use no paint gel stain, can you use B.O.S. first?
That was a chair.
I don't, you could, yes, but what is on there that you're not wanting to, you're wanting to boss it just to sort of neutralize it out, or could you just paint it? Couldn't you just paint it with like drop cloth or something? I'm not sure what you're working on. I'm not sure what you're doing. Trying to see how I want to do this, how we want to do it. Just cover it with some clocks like this. Kind of want it to be, and I don't really know that I'm going to use those. So I think I'm going to start with, actually I think I'm going to move this one up to the top center. So let's get this one on. Let's put this one on first. All right, so transfers work like this. This is how they work. You just peel it off. This goes aside, throw that out, and then this is what you are going to apply. It's very sticky on the back side, so you don't want to put your finger on there. You want to leave enough around the edges that you can hold it, because if you touch that, you'll pull it away and you'll have transfer stuck on your finger, and you'll be missing some of the transfer in your actual piece right here. So I am, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Had a few comments and questions.
Okay.
Kendra Little says, take the chair part off, get a round lazy Susan, and have a round table for your pieces. I guess to work on them, put them on there and spin them around.
Oh, up here. Oh, for me?
I think it was just a general idea for anybody. Sherry Berry. How do you clean the leather surface to prepare? Sorry, I missed the beginning. Oh my, I love those gorgeous pink, yummy. Those gorgeous pinks. Sorry.
Gorgeous pinks. All right, so I'm going to put this a little bit lower than I thought, because I think I'm going to put those flourishes up above that. So I love all these clocks. Can you believe we get so many clocks out of that hot air balloon transfer?
Okay, that was Kathy Hess's question. Where'd you get all those clocks?
Oh yes, the hot air balloon transfer, Kathy. So this one right here, this one had 8 clocks on it. Jeez Louise, that is like so worth the transfer all by itself, even if you don't like hot air balloons and you like clocks. So, all right, so I've put this on. Now I did find that as I kind of rubbed it, it still didn't stick when I just kind of rubbed. You know, normally if you're working on a piece of furniture, you can kind of rub it and it'll stick already. So I really did have to use my stick, and I just started working around it. I also have not, I should tell you, I have not sanded my fabric. My fabric has not been sanded. I left it pretty coarse because I felt like that it would give more tooth for my transfer to stick to, and it actually did. Plus I knew I was gonna burnish my transfer with a sanding piece of sanding paper anyway, or a sanding sponge. So I just figured I would do them both at the same time, and that did work really well for me around it. All right, so this is already adhered. You just rub it with the stick.
Debbie Windhauser's here from South Carolina.
Hello, Debbie.
So, back to the carpet.
Okay, hang on. Let me tell you guys, as you push with the stick, this is the trick. Push with one hand with the stick at the same time that the other hand is lifting. So push and lift at the exact same time. That way you don't have to go back and release any weird air bubbles. You get it all out as it goes, just like this, and it's on. Then you go back.
Came off easy, didn't it?
Yeah, right? Okay, so now we're not done. We're not done with it, but we're there. It's in place. I'm good. I like it. So now you would take your sanding sponge or your rag pad, whatever it is that you have, and you just want to run it over it. And this is where you are making it become one. You're burnishing it or marrying it to the fabric itself. Just like that. Doesn't that look great? Looks so good. I love it. Okay, so back to the carpet. You were going to talk to me about the carpet.
Oh, she was just saying she used a very stiff brush and worked the paint into the fibers. She diluted the paint first.
Wow, that is that's super impressive. Super impressed with that. I think I'm going to save that one for over there. I'm going to do a small one. What do we have? I can do small. And I was going to do flourishes up there.
Hi, Yvonne.
Maybe that goes up here. And that one's up there. Oh, I can't do that. I don't want it to be too balanced. I think I'll let this one hang down in here. All right, I found my spot. So I'm gonna pull this one off. Don't touch the clock, just the paper, and let's overlap it. Overlap it with that clock. That gives it a more of an organic feel, and overlap it onto Alice's chair as well. So there we go. Now.
Are you going to paint the other side of the chair before putting the transfers on?
No.
Or is that it?
I actually did this afterwards. No, I'm going to use, I'm safe to do this. I mean, I am going to paint it, but not until I finish this demonstration tonight. I probably will hop over to my page when this live is over on Tracey's Fancy, and do that over there. Or I'm probably going to finish these black and white stripes on live video over there. But yeah, I left it half and half so you guys could see. And I also, I don't know if you can tell, but do you see the top of this chair is darker than this section? Can y'all tell that? Mm-hmm. Can they tell that on video?
Yes.
Okay, so this right here, y'all, is straight Plum Crazy. That's Plum Crazy. This is Midnight Sky and Fluff. And this is Plum Crazy. This is Plum Crazy. But up here, do you see where it transitions right here? That is VooDoo Gel Stain. I used VooDoo Gel Stain in Black Magic, which is this right here. This is a water-based stain. Comes in, I think, 6 or 7 different colors. This one's called Black Magic. I'm almost out. I use it a lot. And I use it as like a glaze. So I just put it in a little cup, I brushed it on, and then I just took a wet cloth and I wiped it back. Look at the difference, the richness in that versus the really brightness of the Plum Crazy. So I left it like that on purpose so you guys could see the difference. And to let you know, when you have a lot of carvings like this, you can do that with black wax, which I love black wax. Or you can use paint if you want to do like a paint wash. And then you can also use no paint gel stain. VooDoo Gel Stain. All right.
So Kendra said she needs to find a chair to practice on. She gets calls all the time to refurbish their fabric in chairs.
Yeah,
so,
you know, I do too. And I just don't, I don't know how to reupholster. All right, here's the lines, y'all. Here's the lines. So it went down really well, but it was bubbled up in between those little lines right there. So I just take my little sanding pad, and I just, as soon as you just go over it a few times, it's in there. It's in there good.
Yes, Debbie, that's a chair back.
Yeah, we've got the chair laid down here.
Yvonne says yes, the PC with the gel stain looks amazing.
This part right here? Is that what she's talking about?
PC, is that an industry acronym?
Plum Crazy.
Oh.
Yes. She's just too smart. Her's too smart. I think I'll
Nicole Notorio wants to know, what material do you use stain on?
What material do I use stain on? Oh, the VooDoo Gel Stain? Like, what are you asking? What you can use it on? You can use no paint gel stain on raw wood. You can use no paint. Is that what you're asking? I hope it is. You can use no paint gel stain on painted wood. You can layer it. You can build on it. You can do like farmhouse finishes. You can use it as a glaze. Pretty much anything.
Debbie Torres, do you paint fabric chairs?
Yes, that's what I did. This is a painted fabric chair. Yes. And I've painted a lot of fabric chairs. If you follow me on Tracey's Fancy, I actually posted a painted chair today. I actually posted one today. Was it today or yesterday? A mermaid chair. And I'm posting another one at the end of the week from the past. Since I was working on a chair this week, we felt like it was a good time to share some old designs.
Debbie Winhauser says, had no idea you could achieve so much with Dixie Belle. I'm a beginner and still trying to work with metallic.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's what we're here for, is to show you how easy the product is to use, and how much you can do with it. That's their goal, is to be a one-stop shop. So I think I want this one out here. I want this one out here. Bless you, babe.
Excuse me.
Bless you. What should I do, guys? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Just B1125. Is that Prima or Prima Design Transfer?
No, these are Dixie Bells. These are Dixie Bells transfers, actually.
Patty wants to know, did you dilute the Plum Crazy to make the lighter pink?
No, I did not. I just used a little bit. I used a wet brush, and I will demonstrate that live over on my other page later tonight. But no, it's just straight Plum Crazy with a very, very wet brush. And then I used the La Petite brush to blend it out. And
Leslie's loving it. She says the clocks are perfect.
aren't they? I just wanted to do like a swag of clocks. Isn't it funny, babe, that I like clocks so much and I don't even have a clock, we don't even have a clock in our house?
Well, everybody's always has a phone on them.
I know. And we don't even have, well, I have a grandfather clock, but only because I could paint it.
What is the tool you're using to apply that transfer?
This tool comes in the kit. So the transfers come like this in a tube, and this is the stick, and the transfer is rolled up inside there, and this is the applicator tool that you use to actually put the transfer on, and then you burnish the transfer with a sanding pad.
Nicole Notorio says, can you add Tracy's account on here so we can follow her?
Yes,
Instagram.
actually on Instagram. Thank you so much, Nicole, for asking that. It doesn't let me do that before I go live, but as soon as this live video is over, I go back to this same video and I'll tag myself, and you'll be able to follow me over there as well. Or you can just search me on Instagram it's Tracy's Fancy. TraceysFancy.
She also wants to know, do they sell Dixie Belle in stores or just online?
Yes, we have retailers across the country. We have retailers all over. So you can, usually I will give a link, and you can follow that link, and you can either shop online and have it delivered to your door, or you can use that same link to go to Dixie Belle's website and look for your local retailer by using, they have one of those things where you find your local retailer by putting your zip code in, and you can find a retailer.
JUSB1125 says, oh wow, glad to know someone else makes transfers. Prima requires people to give up their email address just to view products. I'm not giving emails up just to look at the product. I agree.
Oh, I did not know that.
Kendra says, I just used it on top of Dusty Blue with Black Magic VooDoo Gel Stain, and it looks so cool with the blue hints in it.
Oh, is she talking about the No Pain Gel Stain? Wait, read again. I'm sorry.
I just used it on top of Dusty Blue with Black Magic VooDoo Gel Stain, and it looks so cool with the blue hints in it.
Oh, I bet it does. I bet it does. That sounds really cool.
It says, but I think there's a typo. But look one angle and it's, but look at it from an angle and it's dark black sheen.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, thank you, Yvonne. So I'm just getting comments from when I sneezed.
Oh.
Julianne wants to know, can I put transfer on padded seat, as I have only padded seats and wood backs?
Okay, so we talked about that at length. I'm glad you asked it again. I would not put a transfer on a padded seat, which is why I won't put them on. This is only going to be on the back and on the back of the chair as well, because it's got give. You can see the give. You can see it bending and giving. And our transfers are amazing because they have a lot of flexibility and they give. They don't tear or rip like a lot of transfers that I've used in the past. But I still wouldn't test them so much that I would have people sitting on them.
Debbie Winhauser wants to know, she says she's very impressed. Thank you for your great lesson here. What's your page to follow?
Tracy's Fancy. Is that on Facebook? So Debbie,
Yes.
The description of this video, there's a typed description, and I actually highlighted my link, Tracy's Fancy, there, and you can click that, and that will take you over to my Facebook page as well. And thank you so much for asking.
Barbara wants you to know that there's another clock here on the floor on the other side of the chair.
Oh my gosh, there is. Barbara,
Thanks, Barbara.
thank you. Thank you. I feel like I need to put it down here, as a matter of fact. She could tell that I was struggling with that.
She says she loves it.
Yay, I do too. I do too. I think I'm going to put that one about right there, and then maybe we'll do, yeah.
Juana's here, Juana
Juana.
York. She says,
Hi,
I'm
Juana.
late. Will you seal the back when you're finished?
I'm gonna seal the whole thing with the with the Easy Peasy spray wax. Wana, Miss Wana.
Kendra
Yeah.
says, so cool looking. Love all the different techniques.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna put this in this over here. I'm gonna try to wrap up all the clocks before we go. Do you think I have time? I think I have time. Let's see. Do I have time?
Charlene's in from Palmdale. Hello.
Who is it, Charlene?
Charlene Kizito.
Oh, I thought you said Charlene. I thought you meant your sister.
No.
Well, I am so excited, you guys, because we've had no boo-boos. Like, I was a little bit nervous to do this on live video. I was like, do I really want to do this on live video? Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Once I'm done doing this, I'm not just going to walk away and be done. I'm going to come back with that sanding pad, and I'm going to sand the heck out of this. So don't think that I'm just going to slap some easy peasy spray wax on it and be done. I'm not.
Jill Bassmore wants to know, are the transfers of vinyl or paint, or are they ink-based transfers?
Oh my goodness.
Getting pretty technical on you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hi, Shane Sellers. She's late, but she's here.
I need a more detailed question.
Lloyd and Julie say thanks for the great demonstration.
Yay. Thank y'all, you
I
guys.
think I'm a little behind here on my comments.
That's all right, babe.
Yvonne Blocker says chalk mineral. A couple of hearts. Debbie Winhauser says thank you.
Isn't it cute? So cute. We got 2 more to go. 2 more to go. So this one's going to go on this side. This one's going to go over here.
Oh, Debbie thanked me for my help during your lives. Thank you, Debbie.
That's so sweet.
It's tough not being the face in front of the camera and just being the grunt behind it. Lynn says, how do I go about putting a transfer on a canvas bag? I put DBP on one part to cover up writing.
Well, you should be able to just lay the canvas bag down and do exactly what I'm doing right here, just like I'm doing it to this chair. It's no different. I've done it on aprons and bags many times, and you should be able to do it just like this.
Catherine says, great design, love your art.
Thank you, Catherine.
Barbara McConnell's on. Funny pun, do I have time?
Do I have time? Do
I
I
think
have
you
enough
have time.
I think I'm gonna steal, I think of this out here, but I think I need one more small clock to go over here, but maybe not. Maybe I'll put it like,
Nicole Alves Fabulous says, clocks heavier on one side looks nicer than even on both
I
sides.
know,
I'm
I
an
felt
odd
this,
versus
I
even
felt
person.
this, yes, I felt
Tracy's
the same
always
way.
talking about that.
I felt the same way. I felt like maybe I should come down lower on this side, like this.
Thank you, Juana. She says I'm doing a great job.
Aw, Juana.
Shane
sweet.
says she loves the colors. Okay, Yvonne Blocker. The transfers are Dixie Belle chalk mineral paint printed on the backing. Okay.
Who said that?
Yvonne Angus Blocker. Mary Jo says, so glad you did this tonight. Just last week I asked a question on the Dixie Belle page about whether or not you can put transfers on upholstered chairs you painted. Now I've seen it in person. Thank you.
Yay, I'm glad. I'm so glad.
Heather says, very cute.
Cute, right? So I like how it's heavier down on one side. I think I probably am gonna have to open another set of transfers. I probably wanna add one more. I want it to be a little more obvious. And then I'm thinking that I might could do my flourishes offset over here on this side. Maybe.
Debbie Torres wants to know if you can put transfers on a pair of jeans.
I think you probably could, but maybe down, not where you would sit, like not on your butt, not where it's gonna bend, but maybe like on the side of a leg or right here on the front of your
Calf or
thigh,
something.
maybe. Yeah, maybe like right here, maybe.
Lynn
Probably
says, okay, great. Do I seal it?
This is what I'm gonna seal with. The Easy Peasy spray wax is what I'll be sealing with.
The easy peasy.
So you guys, I have a feeling that a lot of you are gonna wanna try this. I would very, very, very much appreciate it if you would use my link, because what that does is it's got my number attached to it. So what that does is it lets Dixie Belle know that I'm the one who sent you, and that way they can kind of track how I'm doing, how my videos are doing. It lets them know that you were inspired by my project to use, and you don't have to use the Alice transfer or the hot air balloon transfer. You can use any of the transfers on a painted chair back. So my link is at the top of this video. I'll go back and add it to Instagram. If you just click that and go on over and purchase, it's attached to me. It's attached to my name, and they can see that. So that's kind of how we get graded. Not really. They don't. They love us. They love me. But they love me, and I love them. But I mean, it's like, hello, you know, I sent them, yay. So
hang on. Kathy Hess says, I need the hot air balloon transfer. I'm doing an end table and added the clocks, and I was going to use a clock mold since I didn't have enough.
Oh yeah, and there were 8. There were 8 on the hot air balloon transfer.
All right, I got a couple of more here. I know we're running out of time.
All right, yeah, we are.
What a timely video. Love all the clocks. Clocks are one of my favorites, says Tammy Marie Martin.
Hey, Tammy.
Let's see. Let's try to... No more questions. Thank you for another great live. Top fan. Who's the top fan? Deb Oliver.
Who is it?
Deb
Oliver. Thank you, Deb. Thank you.
Five and Dime says, thank you. I'm going down the rabbit hole tomorrow to start on the pair of chairs. Wish me luck.
Yay. I wish you luck and enjoy it. Have fun. Just have fun with it, okay? Well, thank you guys very, very
Thanks,
much
Debbie.
for being here. Was Dixie Belle with us?
I didn't see him.
You didn't? Okay. Well, we're good. We're good.
We're good.
If you have any questions, just give me a shout out. Shoot me a message, an instant messenger. Instant messenger, is that still a thing?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Lynn says, off topic, Tracy, your hair is so thick. What have you been using, girl?
Nothing.
That's
I'm
good.
not even taking the hair anew anymore. It's just my food. Just my food. Thank
Just
you.
the food.
You've been around, Lynn, long enough to know when I had no hair left on my head, and then, you know, changing diet. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Love you all. I'm going to hop on over to my own Instagram and my own Facebook, and I will see y'all here, same time, same place next week. And those of y'all that are coming on over to my page, I'll see you there in just a few minutes, okay?
Thanks,
Take care,
Lori
guys.
Taylor.
Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, Debbie.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.